The speed of an official proficiency exam exposes the limitations of casual, app-based learning. Succeeding on the TCF Canada requires moving away from English sentence logic. You cannot map English structures onto French vocabulary. French assigns a binary gender to every noun. This assignment then governs the grammatical structure of the entire sentence. Mistakes often occur when native English speakers attempt to map possessive words like my to themselves as the speaker, rather than the object. As this table indicates, the word for my changes entirely on the grammatical gender of the noun being possessed. Because a key and a house are feminine nouns, the speaker must use the feminine agreement, ma clé and ma maison. For masculine nouns like a father or a garden, the possessive word shifts to mon. The gender of the noun is the non-negotiable anchor of the sentence. Every other word in the phrase must align with it. This creates a morphological cascade, a ripple effect, where the noun's gender forces specific spelling changes in the surrounding words. This begins with indefinite articles. A masculine hat requires un chapeau, while a feminine dress requires the spelling une robe. The cascade continues through to descriptive adjectives, which must maintain orthographic agreement with the noun. Following a feminine noun, the standard rule is to attach an e to the end of the masculine form of the adjective. Unlike English, where adjectives precede the noun, French syntax generally places them afterward. Mastering these A1 level mechanics requires you to track dependencies in both directions, backward to the article and forward to the adjective. The listening comprehension section requires a shift from orthographic rules to phonetic realities. On paper, standard ER verbs follow distinct spelling rules for different singular subjects. However, these varied suffixes do not change the actual pronunciation of the word. As this pedagogical note confirms, the je, tu, and il, el forms are phonetically identical when spoken aloud. Because the verb endings are phonetically identical, the listener must isolate the pronoun to identify the subject of the sentence. The TCF listening section uses this phonetic convergence to test if a candidate is actively parsing the syntax or merely identifying vocabulary. For the TCF Canada, candidates must also decode regional Quebecois French in real time. One primary regional shift is affrication, a phonetic change that occurs before high vowels like u and e. In Standard French, we utilize the indefinite article for masculine objects, such as un chapeau. In Quebecois French, the pronoun tu undergoes affrication, adding a distinct friction sound that results in tu. During a high-speed audio track, this added friction changes the expected rhythm of standard question structures. A question like tu parles anglais becomes tu parles anglais. Failing to account for affrication can cause a listener to miss the subject pronoun entirely. A second regional phonetic shift is the reduction of third-person pronouns. Consider a standard descriptive sentence using a third-person masculine subject. Il est amusant. In rapid-spoken Quebecois, il est often reduces to a single sound. Ye. The phrase becomes il est amusant. While spoken French often condenses sounds, written French maintains rigid structural requirements for word order. Adverbs like bien must immediately follow the verb, a syntax that differs from typical English placement. These two realities exist simultaneously. Spoken French compresses syllables, while written French demands a fixed sequence of parts. The final synthesis phase involves combining these A1 level foundations into a multi-layered compound sentence. Note how the rules interact. Mon frère parle anglais et français et il habite à Paris. The masculine gender of frère dictates the choice of the possessive mon. In a feminine structure, the dependencies shift. Elle est amusante ou méchante. Here, the feminine subject forces the forward-facing agreement of the e suffix on both adjectives. When diagrammed, the subject, verb, and object clusters remain distinct, isolating the action and its placement. Maintaining this mental map of dependencies is necessary for producing accurate written expression under exam conditions. The final layer is reconciling this written syntax with real-world audio tracks. Standard rules like elision already force words together, compressing je adore into j'adore when a vowel follows the subject. When we apply the Quebecois phonetic overlay to our compound sentence, il habite reduces to y habite. Secure the noun anchors first, verify the verb orthography on the page, and prepare for phonetic reduction in the listening tracks. Navigating the TCF Canada requires internalizing this structural matrix and predicting exactly how it compresses when spoken aloud.